Hello and welcome to our Excel Financial Functions video powered by Alchemex. In this video, Les Allen will be taking a look at the PMT payment function. This is part 2 of a two-part series. Les is an international skills developer at Alchemex and has a passion for Microsoft Excel and business intelligence, having been in the industry for the past 5 years. We trust you will find this video very informative.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the PMT function, but we're also going to include a future value into the parameters to see exactly how much we can save at the end of a given amount of months, given amount of years. Okay, so I've moved on to a second tab here. So we're still using the PMT function, and the syntax is exactly the same. You'll see that in cell C1, but the syntax is still PMT, look for my rate, look for my NPER, present value, future value. Okay, I'm not going to be playing with type. We're just going to assume that by default, it's at the end of the month, which is a 0. So here we're going to play the interest rate for the entire year is 12%. So let's figure out the monthly interest and then work out the rest of the formula. So again, my interest rate, I'm making monthly deposits into my savings account. So let's work out my monthly interest. Then I need to work out the number of periods. So I'm going to say for 7 years. Think about that maybe you're planning long-term for a very decent holiday, maybe planning for a wedding. You want to give yourself a couple of years to save for that particular wedding. You've got a target in mind. This can tell you how much you need to put away each and every month to hit that target at a set interest rate. So my number of periods here is going to be 7 years times 12. So equals C3 times 12, 84 periods. Now, I have enough to build my formula. You'll see that there's a cell C6 that has no information in it right now, but I can include that as a present amount. So say if I have a base to start with, I've got maybe $5,000 already saved, I can include that in the formula. We'll do that in just a second. So the total each month, let's work out our PMT function. So PMT function is my interest rate, exactly the same way as I built it from a loan aspect, comma, the number of periods that I'm going to be making payments in, that was 84, that's in cell C11, comma, present value. Right now, that's 0. I have no savings to start with. I want to start saving, but I have no particular base. So I'm going to enter that as 0. Comma. Now, future value. The future value, this is the value that I want to get to. This is my savings target. So let's take a look at cell C5 and close my brackets. Again, type is in square brackets, so it's optional. So you can have an either or. You don't have to include future value, but you can include type. It's entirely up to you. Close my brackets there. In order for me to hit my savings target of $100,000 in 7 years, I'm going to need to put away $7.65 and some change there. Now, one of the things about working towards a savings target and even repaying loan amounts is that your interest rate isn't going to be set. This is where you can start adjusting your present value and your future value targets. If I've been saving for a year, and then the interest rate changes, what I can do is take that already saved amount and use it as my present value. So I can automatically include that and adjust things along, so it's not that much of a complication. It's not that much of a complication to adjust things and maintain changes according to the interest rate that's happening in the market at that particular time. Questions come through from Karen. Why did I put in 0 and not reference cell C6? Karen, could have done that. I just happened to be typing at the time, so I typed in 0. I'm going to be making some adjustments to the formula right now as well, so it didn't really matter for me for demonstration purposes. It was just a preference that I went with at the time. But thanks very much for the question. Thanks for being observant, keeping me on my toes. That's nice. Right, so we've got $765 a month. That's what I would need to save. Let's start adjusting that. Maybe I don't want to wait 7 years for this fantastic holiday that I'm going to be taking. let me pull it back a little bit and say, give me $50,000 as a target, but I want to get there in 4 years. So simply changing the numbers around, I've changed the number of years to 4. Amount to save $50,000. I would need to put away almost $817 a month. Okay. But now I've got some money saved. I've got some money behind me. So what I'm going to do is type in cell C7. I'm going to type in the value of $5,000. I've already got that ready to go. So what I'm going to do is now include that as the present value of my loan. I'm selecting cell D11, and then I press F2. F2 goes into edit mode in the cell. So as your screens update, because I've pressed F2, you'll actually see that there's a cursor flashing at the end of the formula in the cell. I'm going to highlight the 0. Okay. So when I highlight the 0, your screens will update. Now you'll see that it actually, in the pop-up window, it's referencing that you're talking about the PV. So the present value, the amount I already have. Let me reference that in cell C6. Now, the more observant out there have just gone, why did that increase? Remember that I referenced in the previous sheet that if it's money going out, you need to set it up as a minus value. So right now, included in that formula, I'm taking away 5,000 rather than putting 5,000 in because I didn't make it a negative value. So you need to keep an eye on that. Again, you can simply times values by -1 at the end of it to make it out to be a positive figure. But what I would need to do here is change that $5,000, because this is money that I'm putting in, I need to change that to -5,000. And you'll see that the amount now looks a bit more respectable. It's actually decreased right around about $130, $140. With a base saving amount of $5,685 a month. That's great. In 6 months' time, I can come back, pull my bank statement, see how much my account is now, do any adjustments based on fluctuations in the interest rate, so I can keep proper tabs on how I'm going. If the interest rate goes down, this will then show me that I need to make a bit more of an increase and will tell me exactly how much I need to do it. Same thing for using it as loan repayments. The same logic applies. So you can use the PMT function to pay off your mortgage to help you track what you would need to do. Now, one of the things for paying off your mortgage, one of the tips that are advised if you want to pay it off quicker, is actually halving your payments for the month and paying it off at 2-week points, because that reduces the overall amount for interest that's calculated. So you can start increasing and playing with the number of periods, i.e. the number of payments that you're making. So playing around with the numbers starts helping you work out how much you need to pay off loans or to hit any particular sales targets.
Thank you for joining us for this YouTube video. If you found it useful, please visit www.alchemex.com to find out more. You are also welcome to subscribe to get our free Excel or Alchemex tips and tricks delivered directly to your inbox for continued learning. You may also be interested in finding out more about Excel on Steroids, a specialized training program powered by Alchemex at www.alchemexacademy.com. The 3 advanced online workshops focus on key Excel functionality for business reporting and decision-making, covering worksheets and formulae, data lists and macros, and pivot tables and pivot charts. Find out more at www.alchemex.com/trainingcourses.aspx. Please visit alchemex.com for more information about our BI software products and training courses, the BI community at alchemex.ning.com for access to videos, forums, and more, the BI blog, or the Alchemex Online Training Academy. You can also follow us on Twitter or Facebook. Please subscribe to Alchemex videos on YouTube channel www.youtube.com/user/Alchemex video. For sales or support or any other information, please email info@alchemex.com. We hope we can assist you again soon to enhance your reporting skills. Have a great day.